and welcome to this week's edition of Purple Power Play. I'm Timmy Specht.
And I'm John Wright.
In today's episode, we'll bring you highlights of this past weekend's men's and women's basketball game.
And we'll also bring you news about the upcoming Big 12 tournaments.
Plus, men's basketball coach Frank Martin received some good news over the weekend. But first, his team took on Iowa State Saturday. On Saturday, the 24-5 Kansas State men's basketball team took on the 14-16 Iowa State Cyclones in Bramlage Coliseum for what was the final regular season game for both teams. Saturday's game also marked Kansas State's senior game. Seniors Chris Merriweather, Luis Colon, and Denny Clemente were honored prior to tip-off. In first half action, Iowa State forward Craig Brackens feeds Scott Christopherson for one of his four three-pointers in the game. At the other end of the floor, Jacob Pullen drives hard into the lane and hits the runner off the glass for two. The Cats move out to an early 18-12 lead, and thanks to this backdoor pass from Martavius Irving to Jamar Samuels for two of his 8 points. Here, Craig Brackens receives a pass right beneath the basket, and he throws it down for a monster jam. To finish off the first half, Jacob Pullen drives and dishes to Curtis Kelly, who puts down the two-handed stuff. Coming into the second half, the Cyclones had a 42-35 lead. Here, Denny Clemente tries to keep the Cats in competition as he hits his classic teardrop runner. Later in the half, Laurent Dendy backs into the lane for two. He was 5 for 5 from the field in the game. And Curtis Kelly contributes here with a turnaround jumper. He had 19 points on the evening. Although the Cats tried to call back, they never could claim a lead in the second half. And Craig Brackens put the hammer down here. Towards the end of the regulation, Pullen hit the three. He had a game-high 27 points on the night, but he and Clemente were a disappointing 3 of 21 from three-point range. The Iowa State Cyclones took this one over the Cats with a score of 85-52. In other Kansas State basketball news, head coach Frank Martin recently received a 5-year contract extension worth $1.55 million. The next game for the Cats will be Thursday, March 11th in Kansas City for the Phillips 66 Big 12 tournament. Tip-off will be at 6 p.m. and the Cats will take on the winner of the Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State game. And finally, Jacob Pullen has already racked up a slew of postseason awards. He was named third-team All-American, first-team All-Big 12, and he was named to the first-team All-Big 12 defensive team. Congratulations to Jacob.
The men were the only team to play in Bramlage last Saturday. The women hosted the third-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers in the last game of the season. On top of being the last game of the season, the game marked the end of 2 Wildcat careers. Seniors Carrie Kincaid and Ashley Sweat share a pregame hug as they suit up for the last time at Bramlage. Early on, Nebraska freshman guard Lindsey Moore scores 2 over 10 points with a driving layup, giving the Cornhuskers the early lead. But K-State would answer as sophomore Jelena Childs hits a turnaround jump hook, tying the game. And then the two seniors hook up here. Kincaid drives through the lane and finds a cutting Sweat for the layup. Kincaid had 3 assists on the afternoon. Husker senior Kelsey Griffin had a big first half here, driving the lane for 2 of her 16 first half points. But she couldn't do enough for the Huskers in the opening 20 minutes. Here, K-State freshman Taylor Carr grabs the rebound off the Sweat miss and finds fellow freshman Brittany Chambers for the 3. K-State took a 7-point lead into halftime, and the crowd was loving it. The Huskers dominated the second half, though. Junior Dominique Kelly drives the lane here for the layup as Nebraska started the second half on an 11-0 run. But K-State's 2 seniors weren't going down without a fight as Sweat finds a cutting Kincaid backdoor for the easy 2. In the end, though, the Wildcats weren't enough for Griffin, who's going to get the and 1 here on her way to 20 second half points and 36 on the day. The Huskers held on for an 82-72 win. To go with the 36 points, Griffin also pulled down 7 rebounds. Senior Corey Montgomery also contributed 13 points and 9 rebounds for the Huskers. Sweat led all Wildcats with 24 points and 4 rebounds. Carr also chipped in 16 points for K-State, while Chambers added 13. Kincaid finished her final game as a Wildcat with 7 points and 3 assists. The Wildcats will take on Texas Tech Thursday in the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. The game begins at 11 a.m. and the winner will face Nebraska Friday. Well, hopefully both our teams will do well in the tournament.
I hope so. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Well, thanks for watching this week's edition of Purple Power Play.
We'll see you next time.